And a pleasant good afternoon to you. My name is Dr. Adrian Daisley and I am a certified life coach. I'm coming to you live and direct from Life Legacy International. I'm extremely excited today because with me is none other than the international artiste Kim Derrick, and we're going to be peering into her life. We're going to be looking at the makings behind Kim Derrick. We'll be looking at this international artiste as she's graced the stage of many international venues. Kim?
Hello. Hi.
She's very shy off camera, everybody.
Okay.
So tell us a bit about how did you get into singing. We're going to delve into the different facets of who you are. We're going to be looking at the chef. We're going to be looking at the entertainer. We're going to be looking at the motivational speaker that you are. I've heard that you've coached and motivated many young minds in the entertainment industry. Tell us a bit about that.
A bit about the coaching.
Yes.
Well, for me, it's a case where after I was in the Richard Scout Teen Talent Competition,
Yes.
I went on to sing in a lot of bands.
Yes.
But I was very young, very green, learning along the way,
Yes.
and recognizing that I needed certain people in my life that would help to bring me up.
Yes.
In terms of my knowledge, in terms of how to perform on stage,
Right.
how should I deal with my audience.
Yes.
I went through voice training lessons, did a voice training course with Doris Provencal.
Okay.
And that was after Wanting Talent. I did that.
Wow.
Yeah, after that. And I worked with people like Matt Fingal in the Untouchables tent, Winston Sox Welch from the band Chocolate Affair, and Ken Jones from the band Chocolate Affair. And I found that that was my first exposure to being on stage.
Right.
And I didn't know what to do. Honestly, I was a dancer. I used to dance before, but in order to incorporate dance and singing together, I wasn't able to get into that transition until I then started to study, different performers on stage. Like,
Okay.
you would watch people like Tina Turner. I would watch people like Diana Ross. She's very graceful and elegant. I would look at like Aretha Franklin, how she can just have a stage presence without just jumping around the stage or whatever, because she's not as, she doesn't move around as much.
Understood.
But I just like studied different international artists, and then I was then able to incorporate it into me being on stage. But I was really green. The guys were like, you gotta step up, and it was a lot of pressure. And I found that after that, I recognized how important it is to mentor a lot of the younger artists out there.
Understood.
Because as
Yes.
I grew and I got more and more experience from being on the stage and working with a lot of what you would call accomplished Barbadian and West Indian musicians, I then recognized that it was important for me also to pass on that knowledge. When you had to go back to Teen Talent, I would go back to these shows and watch the shows. I would also encourage people to enter shows like Donna Weeks.
Okay.
When Donna Weeks went into Teen Talent, I basically mentored her. I was like, I made sure she was wearing a particular kind of outfits when she was performing. I did her hair, did her makeup. I did Tony's hair and makeup as well, Tony Norville.
Yes.
And, outfit her as well. And
Who else?
then you have Karen Griffith, aka Marissa Lindsay.
Okay.
When she came into the band Full Swing that I was in with Ricky Stout, it was almost as though, okay, she has a fantastic voice, brilliant, but in terms of imaging and makeup and all that kind of stuff.
So you mentored her into stage presence.
Correct.
So the Marissa that we know today is a result of your input.
Some of it is,
Yes.
and some of it is that she has grown tremendously as her own. Because back then it was a case where she's green just like I was.
Okay.
And it was a case where she was like, okay, y'all throw me onto the stage now, so what am I supposed to do? And so yes, a lot of it was Kimmy's input, and I've heard her say that on numerous occasions.
Yes,
When she
yes.
actually did on her CD, she spoke about the fact that I am the one who kicks her butt, more or less.
Understood.
No nonsense kind of person.
You're like me.
When it
As
comes
a
to the
coach.
stage, when it comes to the stage, I
Yes,
believe that
yes.
this is a business. You need to
Yes.
take it seriously. You have to know that it's not just about having the natural ability to sing. It's a business, so you have to incorporate your image. You have to incorporate the way you conduct yourself on the job, so
Yes.
that people will be able to respect what you do as a business, rather than for them to say, "Oh, you're just playing."
So where did your passion for singing come from?
My passion for singing came from, I would call it, from a spiritual side.
Okay.
It was just a natural calling for me. I was 7 years old when I first heard my voice.
Wow.
I was 7, and
7 years old.
it was a case where I was listening to a song that I loved to hear on the radio, and I was with a friend of mine, a childhood friend, and I just started singing the song, and she looked at me like, huh? Like, you could sing. And I was like, yeah, I think, because I was thinking to myself, okay, I think I can. So then after that, I entered the Hinesbury Primary School. I was at that school, and I then joined the primary school choir. And that was the beginning for Kim Derrick.
Okay.
As in the choir, and
Right.
being able to do all the nifkas and the different things like that with the primary school. And also going to church as well. Going to church was a big part of it, because again, as I developed and I was getting older, I recognized that I want to sing solos at church,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
I don't want to sing in the choir. I want to sing solos at church. So my godmother, she would take me to Mount Olive Holy Church of America,
Yeah.
aka Gentles, in Carnton Village.
Yeah.
And she would put me, let me sing there, and I would sing for like people's birthdays, like go on the stage and sing for their birthdays, and sing like my favorite song that was "Let There Be Peace on Earth." And
Okay. So who would you say was the biggest influence in your life as a international artist?
the biggest influence in my life, I would have to say Shirley Hampton.
Okay.
From the mere fact that she was the one who, after I expressed an interest in singing,
Yeah.
she was the one who took me to my first King Talent show. And then she was like, "Kim, why you don't go up and sing in the impromptu competition?"
Right.
So she was the one who took me to the shows, and then when I did enter the competition, I was like, "Whoa, okay," because she was there as my biggest supporter, because my mom wasn't really into the, "Oh, Kim, I want you to, pursue your education and nothing else but your education in terms of schoolwork."
Understand.
But then Miss Hampton saw the side of me that was the artist
Creative,
and
yeah.
creative, and the fact that I was a dancer before. I
Okay.
mean, that helped in itself. But she was like, you should let her come. You should let her go. I would take her with me. I would be responsible for her, and that was the part that made my mother, agree to allow me to be in the competition.
There you have it, folks. Dr. Disley interviewing none other than the national artist Kim Derrick. And she is giving us a sneak peek into the international artist's life before. We're going to get before and after shots. Thank you very much for staying tuned with us. We'll be coming back to you once again with some more segments on Kim Derrick. Thank you.